Hey everybody. So I'm doing a reading for my air signs for the next 48. So that's for my Aquariuses, my Geminis, and my Libras. So let's just jump right in with some signs and synchronicities. We'll get started. Third dimension. Okay, so you guys could be focusing on manifesting things right now. Or a person. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Why did it have to fall like that? Okay. Sacral chakra. So you guys could be really in tune with your feminine energy right now, male or female, getting into that mode of receptivity, self-care, nurturing, and just learning how to attract, which is actually here because you got the third dimension with manifesting, and now you're coming out with the sacral chakra. You're heavy on manifestation energy right now. Glow up and rapper. Okay. So some of you guys may actually be a rapper. Some of you guys could be attracting a rapper. I just got a collaboration. So some of you guys might be working on a collaboration with another rapper. You could be a rapper collaborating with another rapper. Yeah. We'll put these up. Move into some oracles. Let's do some of these oracles. You got to turn up this air just a little bit. I know I look dewy. It's 80, well, it's only 70 degrees, I guess. Hi, M. Mahesh and Dougal. Hi. Okay. Pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious. So some of you guys could be going through a painful situation. If you're not currently going through a painful situation, you could be healing from a painful situation that was in your very close past. Hopeless, sinking, despair, falling apart. Yes, some of you guys are genuinely trying to heal from a troubling situation that has happened not too long ago, is what I'm getting. I'm from Chicago, Dougal. Oop. All right. And then you got, let's see what this says. Running, ghosting, disappearing, invisible. So there's somebody that you feel like maybe you tried to put up boundaries with this person, and that didn't work. So now you're running. For others of you, you are not in a energy of willingness to be intimate with someone. So you are kind of being detached. Exhaustion. So with your signs and synchronicities, it looks like you guys are trying to move into a more positive space at a time in your life where things are just not quite going the way that you had hoped. You're trying to see the silver lining on the rain cloud, which is actually the best perspective to have, especially when going through a difficult time. You don't want to dwell on what's going wrong. You want to focus on what's going right, and that way you'll be able to manifest more desirable outcomes. Hi, Dougal. perspective, better off, happiness, clear headspace. So some of you guys you got this running card because you had to take a step back from a situation so that you could gain perspective. And the only way you were going to be able to gain perspective is if you cut this person, this energy, or this situation out of your life completely for a little while so that you could decide, like, how do I really feel about this? You know, sometimes just being around a person, a place, or a thing, the energy that that thing has, it influences how we feel. And in order to really get in tune with how we feel, we have to kind of sit with ourselves. Thanks, Dougal. Thanks for liking the live. That really does help my channel. Escaping, yes. You guys are really in this mode of solitude, soulmates, deep love, unity, connection. So for some of you guys, you're running from an ex and moving into an energy with a soulmate. For others of you, there is a soulmate that is in your energy, but because you're healing from something else, you are detaching from them so that you can get your mind right, your heart right, so that you can give them the best of you. Thinking, missing you, craving, desiring. So some of you are in pain because um, you're missing someone. It could be this ex that you've detached from. Some of you could be coming to the realization that your ex is your soulmate. And so you had to detach from them so that you can kind of gain that perspective. Um, Ecstasy. So what I'm getting from this is that you guys are craving a thrill. Um, you know, maybe you guys are wanting some excitement in your life. Thank you, Dougal, for the subscribe. Boundaries. No, drawing the line, enough. Yeah, I already picked up on that energy at the beginning of the reading. Some of you guys have had to draw clear and distinct boundaries for someone or something, some place, some energy that, you know, boundaries don't necessarily have to be like a no to a person. It could be a negative way of thinking. Like when you catch yourself following down a negative thought pattern, you stop yourself and then you reaffirm yourself by, you know, thinking of positive affirmations instead of the negative ones to combat what's going on inside of your head, inside of your energy. Hi, J Star. Intuition. So spirit wants you guys to really tap into your intuition right now. I know it's hard because for a lot of you, you are going through emotional distress. You're emotionally distraught right now or trying to cheer yourself up. But, you know, spirit is saying the best way to handle this situation is to follow your intuition because that's where your guides are. That's where the Most High is. That's Thank you, J Star. Thank you for the like. That's where all of your advice and your help and your guidance is going to come from. These are some career and finance oracles. So limitations came out. Some of you guys are feeling limited. Obstacles are not always what they seem. You can get around them with some careful thought or simply choosing something better for you. That's right. So with the limitations card, get out of your head and get into your bag because it's really a mind over matter type of thing. If you allow something to dominate you in your thought space, then you are allowing them access to your energy. And I'm talking about negative thoughts. I'm not even talking about another person. I'm talking about you on the inside of you. They think of yourself as having as being dual, as both good and evil, right? If you let that negative side of you, who has experienced heartbreak, who has experienced pain, yes, that part of you, that those feelings are valid. But do we really want that part of us to create our destiny? Do we really want that part of us to be a part of the manifestation process for our future? Let that good side, let the good twin out. Signs. You are putting together pieces of the puzzle from signs you are getting. Pay attention to the coincidences you experience. So, in your whatever, like whatever your creative endeavors are, whatever you have going on at work, Jogdish Kumawat. I'm from Chicago. So, whatever you have going on in your creative endeavors and stuff like that, um there are this is a part of your divine purpose, and spirit is sending you signs to help guide you to your best self and the best outcome that you could possibly create. I'm from Chicago. Where are you from? All right. Education. You may need to take a class or do research to find a better position. Or you may find yourself writing a book or teaching others. So, education came out for your final career and finance oracle. So, they're telling you to do a little research when you hit these roadblocks and these obstacles, because the information is out there. If that's not you, if you don't feel like that message resonates, the other half of this message is that you might be in a position where you are giving information to others. Sometimes blessing other people brings blessings to you. Oh, you're from India? That's pretty cool. So, I know when especially when I'm doing tarot, I get messages for you guys, and sometimes when I'm done giving the message, there are certain parts of the message that I give that echo in my head later, where spirit is like, remember when you said this? That's for you too. Remember when you said that? You can use that too. So let's do a little tarot to clarify some of these cards. What is my air signs? What is their overall energy for the next 48 hours? The star. Okay, so you guys are at least hopeful about your future, regardless of your situation and your circumstances. Spirit, why is limitation all came through, made my screen freeze. I'm sorry about that. So with the Six of Wands here, limitations, you got the Six of Wands reversed, which is a card of like feeling like a failure. So there's something that you guys feel like you failed at. The thing about failure is a blessing in disguise, because none of us can claim to know everything, right? So eventually all of us will fail at something. And when you fail, you learn a lesson that the people who never try learn. And that is what doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So now you can go back to the drawing board, take notes from the things that you felt about the situation could have worked, and then also take note of the things that didn't work so that you can make sure you avoid those things next time. What is hopeless? What's this hopeless card about? Oh, wow. Six of Cups. So there's some kind of soulmate connection that has gone sour. It's gone south, and you're very sad about it. What's the soulmates here? Why is that here? 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so you're single now. Like single. Like even if you were like single and mingling with this person, it looks like you might be drawing, pulling back your energy and focusing more on yourself instead of your connection with this person that you felt was a potential soulmate. Um, what's intuition? Good night, babe. Thank you, Jagdish Kumawat. And thank you for the like. Knight of Cups. So some of you feel like you should come toward this person. Or at least that's what you feel like your intuition is telling you to do. What's your advice, Spirit, for my air signs? Justice. Okay. Don't go towards this person unless you feel like the scales are even. If you feel like they've come towards you and you have been neglecting them, then okay, because then that would even the scales. But if you're the only one giving to this connection, then no, because justice is here. So you do want to make sure that the poles are even. You don't want to have one extreme over the other. So if you haven't been giving, then you should. If you have been giving and not receiving, then you shouldn't. Okay, what is their overall advice, Spirit? The Magician reversed. So your overall advice is you have the tools necessary to create the life that you want to create. And you have to get out of a lack mindset with the Magician reversed. The magician can do anything, but the magician has to manipulate the elements in order to create. For whatever the reason you feel like you don't have the elements. Do you know what the elements are? The elements, there are 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water. So with that being said, we all have that. We all have that because we exist on this plane. And with that being said, you can manifest. Your overall outcome is the Ace of Cups reversed. So some of you all feel like you have lost out on a love opportunity, or some kind of love situation has gone south. And so with all of these other cards here, especially with your career and finance oracles, you got a lot of stuff that you can focus on outside of that. You have a lot of stuff that you can focus on outside of that. And so Spirit is urging you to pour your focus and put your attention into those things instead of focusing on the things that aren't going right. Keep your vibration high and you will see a change come because you are manifesting. You are. You just haven't seen the proof of it yet. And if you just keep your head down and stay focused, you will see the proof. Okay, so that is your reading. I've got to go. I will see you guys next time. Please like, share, and subscribe.